or we are the one called above others, then that just proves that you are not the Messiah. That's the first thing. The fact that you say it, the fact that you think it, the fact that you feel it, the fact that you act like it simply means you are not. And you're just an open vessel for the wicked to use for their evil deeds. And
do I think that I'm better or know more than you? No. It's that we are sick and tired of these watered down messages. Like I said, no more hocus pocus. This generation right here is seeking truth. No more of these whitewashed lies.
Go ahead. That's idolatry.
Idolatry. Hallelujah.
For hundreds of years, we've been the most hated. But within that hatred comes the hypocrisy of loving our culture. You've made trillions off of our motherfucking culture. You know that. You've made money off our culture. Let's be real. You made money off our culture. White musicians have made money off of black culture.
Hills Play.
Hey, guys, this right here is going to be a subject that no one wants to go ahead and touch, but I have to be obedient. Okay, as you can see right here by the title, we're going to go ahead and talk about some things that is long overdue. And like I said, this is it. This is what I call right here. This is what I call the latter days. Okay. And as you can see right here by the title, it says that the prophecy wasn't Rome's to hold. Let me go ahead and say it again. The prophecy wasn't Rome's to hold. And the 400 years clock hit zero. And the veil has been lifted. And I'm gonna break it down where even a child can go ahead and understand. And like I said, hey, we already know that this day right here, this day was coming. Okay, so make sure, however you feel led, go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content, because this right here, like I said, the hour has come. Okay, the clock has struck zero. We've been in here for over 400 plus years. 400 plus years. And I'm not saying that all of us came across the Atlantic, which we're going to go ahead and break that down. We was already here from the four corners of this earth. Okay, we are Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. That's why I say a lot of stuff that we have been taught, it was a whitewash lie. Okay, so let me go ahead and read the copyright disclaimer. And guys, do not take any of this personal, especially when it comes to my mods. I really don't need any mods, because I'm about to go ahead and elevate. It's time for us to elevate. And like I said, I'm gonna know who's for me and who's against me. But this right here, this is serious, and I don't want to get anyone involved or caught into something, because like I said, we talked about the foolish things of this world. So now it's time to go ahead and elevate. But before I get on, let me go ahead and read the copyright disclaimer, and then I can be able to go into my commentary. Okay, so let me go ahead and read the copyright disclaimer. See if I can go ahead and find it. The copyright disclaimer is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Okay, so again, guys, do not, like I said there, and say, if you feel like you being hit, a hit dog will holler. And speaking of a hit dog, guys, before I came on today, I had let one of my puppies out, and they went ahead and start walling in their little mess. I don't know if it was their mess, maybe the neighbor's mess, but right there, the Most High God had gave me a revelation, and I had to go in and bathe my dog, and because he was rolling all in poop. And it reminded me of how, when it comes to our people, how we like to go back into our own poop, our own vomit, like a dog going back into their own vomit. And one thing, we should be better, we should be bigger, than what a dog is, because like I said, a dog, they are not as, like us, as human beings. But by we going back and wallowing in our mess, it makes us no different. Okay, it's like a dog going back and wallowing in his mess. So as you can see right here, as the thumbnail, the Most High God been dealing with me when it came to which from a very young age dealing with me when it came to dreams and visions. And we already know that all this right here, this is prophecy, it's all being fulfilled, where it says in the last days that the Most High God is going to pour out his spirit upon all flesh, where his sons and his daughters shall prophesy and see visions. And also, I want to go ahead and I'm going to do a masterclass. I don't know if it's going to be on this channel. I went ahead and posted, but I'm going to go ahead and repost it. But I'm also going to start opening up more platforms. Like I'm doing good on YouTube, and not YouTube. Well, my other channel is doing good on YouTube, TikTok, and also I'm going to open it up to Facebook. So like I said there and say, I'm not going to allow people think that they can control my channel when it comes to this platform right here, because we already know that people, they think that, they can control your channel, but you can't control anything over here, because what God has put together, no man can take under. But right here, guys, as you can see, we are in what I call the latter days. This is it. This is it. As you can see, just look around and see all the things that is happening. And the Most High God had gave me a dream, and sure enough, some guy, I think his name is, I didn't write his name down. He just confirmed it was like a confirmation. I think his channel, I'm gonna get it maybe at the end. Pevlo, but when I saw, I don't know if he saw my video or my thumbnail that I went ahead and upload. I think it was like maybe about 2 or 3 days ago, when God had gave me a revelation when it came to Pope Francis. And I went ahead and I put it on my thumbnail, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna break it down, and even where a child can understand, because like I said, this is it. The 400 years of enslaving our people is up. This right here is what we call the year of Jubilee, which I'm gonna go ahead and break that down when it comes to the year of Jubilee, which the Catholic churches, I think it's like 25 years, and then they go in and open up porters, and then, but in the book of Leviticus, it says like 50 years, which I'm gonna break that down where even a child can understand. But this right here, guys, this right here, this is it. So this is what I call the year of Jubilee. And we now, like I said, we either going to wake up, shake off of these grave clothes, and get in position and get back on our rightful throne, okay? Because like I said, the curtains have been ripped off. So again, the prophecy wasn't Rome's to hold. The 400-year clock hit zero, and the veil has been lifted, okay? So before I continue, I want you guys to see this right quick. I want you to take a good look. Let me see if I can go ahead and put it on my background, but I don't think that all of it's going to go ahead and show. I'm not going anywhere. This right here, this is it. I truly believe I done bug dance. I done entertain you guys. Now it's time for us to stop being distracted and put away these foolish things, because they put all the stuff when it comes to football, when it comes to these reality shows, when it comes to all the stuff, these rappers, all this stuff is plants. All this stuff is already set in place to keep us asleep. Okay, so let me go ahead and see if I can go ahead and put this up on my hold on. Let me see if I can put it up on my background so you guys can see. And like I said, don't take anything personal, when it comes to, why this person is no longer mod. I has nothing against no one. It's just that I don't want to get anyone caught up, or if they are uncomfortable of where the Most High God is bringing me, because, many, will, can go so far, but that does not mean that person can go all the way to the end. Okay, so let me see if I can go ahead and put it up. I think it was showing just half of it. You might can see half of it right here. Let me see if you can see it. So let me see if I can make it a little bigger. So what I want you to do, guys, is showing half of the pictures. So let me go ahead and read it to you. I'm gonna read it to you right quick, okay? Let me read it to you right quick because it's only showing half. And also, there is an investigation when it comes to the Britons, when it comes to all the African artifacts that's in the museum. They want their stuff back. Like I said, this is the year of Jubilee. Everything that the kinkerworms, the palmer worms, the locusts, the caterpillars has taken, they have to return it back to the sender. Okay. And I saw this right here. I saw this way before all this stuff is coming out right now. I saw it all in the spirit, even when it comes to Jamal Bryant, where he's calling for a fast, where he want, especially when it comes to Africans, Americans, our people, to go and do boycott, stay out of some of these stores. But like I said, one day, yes, one day. And I've been saying it for a very long time. That's a start, one day. But also, it just don't stop. We got to continue. We have to continue. And also when it comes to Dr. Jamal, the Most High God had gave me a word when it came to him. We also have to leave these people stuff alone. We want to call for a fast to go and stay out of some of these stores, but also you coming behind the pulpit with all your designer clothes, okay? With all these clothes that these people don't even have us in mind, with the Gucci, the Versace, and all these name brand clothes. And we got to strip off of those right there. Strip off of those grave clothes and come out of her. We could tell people to stay out of all these stores, but we got to do our part. We have to practice what we preach. We can't sit there and go and tell people, oh, we're going to go ahead and we're going to call for boycott, to certain stores. But yet when we come behind the pulpit, we with all these labors, like I said, it got to start somewhere, okay? It got to start somewhere, which I went ahead and I broke it down before when it came to Gucci, Versace, and Fendi. All those patterns, believe it or not, came out of Africa. And they claimed that they was borrowing those patterns, but yet they are living in sky-rise apartments and mansions and making millions and billions of dollars off of a design, off of a patent that didn't even belongs to them. Okay. But I'm gonna stick a pin in that for now. But as you can see right here with my background, where it's the Black massacres, and you pick a massacre and do a research. And I want you guys to do a research, because right here, this is the Black massacre, how these call them what they is. These demons got to be demons. How they went and they uproot our people, because like I said, we was already here. All these different states that they went and overthrown when they saw Black was building up, Blacks was being entrepreneurs, Black was about their own business. Let me go ahead and name a few, and I want you guys to pick and research how they went ahead and everything that our people built, they went ahead and they destroyed it. Chicago, pick up, go ahead and do a research. Chicago, 1919. Springfield, 1908. Detroit, it was a Black massacre. 1943. New York, 1863. Washington, 1990, Philadelphia, 1985, Wilmington, 1998, Memphis, 1866, Elaine, 1990, Clinton, 1875, Vicksburg, 1874, Succumb, 1910, Colvick, Louisiana, 1873, Opelousas, 1868, Thibodeau, 1887. I just feel my ancestors right now, just stirring it up right now, because this right here is hitting home. hitting home. Roseville, 1923. St. Bernard Parish, 1868. New Orleans, 1866. Charleston, 2015. Fulu, Eulaula, 1878. Shamila, Camila, 1868. And also, I cannot pronounce this name, Ocoee, 1920. So do your research. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post it on my community tab, and I'm going to break it down where even a child could understand. And when the spirit of our ancestors went and visit Pope Francis, he said there, and I'm going to tell you what the Spirit of the Lord had told me what he said. I'm going to tell you what the Spirit of the Lord had told me that he had said. But it's easy for them to sit there and say, forgive us. But their hearts are not in it. Their hearts are so far. I'm going to break it down, guys, where even a child can understand, okay? So give me 1 second, because this right here, like I said, this is deep. But before we sit there and we go out there and calling ourselves, going and do certain things, it starts with us. First, it starts with us, okay? So let me see where I'm at. I hope you guys can see me, because I hope I'm not in the matrix, okay? So give me 1 second, because for some reason, hold on. Starbucks lover say, welcome everyone to Unapologetic. Please hit the like button. Also, she said, join the membership for more unapologetic content. Thank you very much. She said, we can see you. Thank you very much. So I want you guys to go and do the research. And also, I am going to do a class. I'm going to do a membership class, especially people that have dreams and visions, and people wants to be able to tap into their spirituality. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a class with all this right here. But before I continue with, let me go ahead and pull out some of my notes, okay? So because this right here, this is deep. I'm not going to take so long, but when it came to Pope Francis, he had asked for forgiveness. And we already know right now we are living in what I call, I won't say the last days, because like I say, heaven and earth will remain. But we are in the latter days right now, where now the Most High God is putting our enemies in our hands. And he said, I will make them your footstool. This is the year of what I call the year of Pentecost. This is the year of Pentecost, the year of Jubilee, which I'm going to go ahead and break it down where even a child can understand. The year of Pentecost is when we all came together. We came together on one accord. This right here is the time where we all should come together on one accord, one mind, one spirit. It's time for us to come together on one accord. So let me go ahead and I want to break this down right here when it came to Pope Francis. And this is what I saw in the spirit, and make sure when we start doing classes, make sure you bring your pen and your paper. And also when the Most High God been dealing with you with dreams, because we are in what I call the latter days, where, even the book of Joel went ahead and spoke it, where he's going to pour out his spirit upon all flesh, where we all going to be seeing dreams. We all going to be prophesying. Okay. This is not for one man show. This is not for Dottie, Squatty, or anybody. We are one. This is what the day of Pentecost is. Okay. So right here, Pope Francis, and that had happened in December 24, 2024. December 24, 2024. And I think this month, February the 22nd, is when he went to the hospital. He was rushed to the hospital where they say he had bronchitis. Okay. Now, the spirit had told me, and this is what I saw in the spirit. Okay. Where he already, the minute when he had opened those doors, and that was way in December when he had got sick. So the doors that they had opened, they call it the Holy Door at St. Peter's Basilica. Now I might be pronouncing the name wrong. Basillica. And he was 88, and they said he was already dealing with health issues. Okay. Also, it says that, he had a cold, and I guess they was thought that they were going ahead and nursing it, and didn't want to make a big stink, because we already know that people were saying the minute that he opened up those porters, something was going to happen. So they didn't want it people prophecies to come to pass. Okay, so he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. But early February this month right here, 2025, it was reported that when it came to Pope Francis, that his health had turned, that he had to be rushed to the hospital, and they went ahead and they said that he was battling, just like I said, bronchitis. Okay, so but also they said before that, February the 17th, that he had some type of respiratory infection. Okay, they said some bug was in his lung. But as on the day of February 22, they said that he's still in the hospital, and some was saying that he had an asthma attack. Okay, and he needed oxygen, and also that's what was reported, but I'm going to tell you exactly what I saw in the spirit, that what had happened. Okay, so it says that I'm write down, because I write down what I get, and it says the minute he opened the door, that's what I saw in the spirit. They said the minute when he had opened the door, they said through December and January, that's when his health started failing. Okay, so let me go ahead and tell you exactly what the Most High God had put in my spirit. Okay, when it came to those doors, it says right here, like I said, December the 24th, 2024, when Pope Francis has stood before what we call the holy doors at St. Peter Basilica, his hands was trembling. And right there, it remind me of Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego when they had went through the fire, and the ones that was trying, was going near it, how they had fainted. And it says right here, his hands was trembling, not just from age, but from a faint, unplaceable unease. And also they said when he started hammering, opening up those doors, right there, it was like a wind. A wind had it's like, it felt like it was like winter. And that right there, whatever had came in, it says that it was like dust had caught up into his nostrils, and before you know it, that it says that he had went ahead and he had took sick. Okay, so right here it says when he had loosed those doors, he had breathed deep, and inside it says like it was sort of like a breath, a plague had fed through, came through him. So let me make sure that I get everything right the way I had wrote it. Okay, and it says that right there, it was like he was fainting. Okay, he was fainting. So all this right here, it was like it had happened when he went ahead and he had opened up those doors. Okay, and it was like he saw our ancestors, because like I said, it was supposed to be the year of Jubilee. So let me see if I can go ahead and break down to you guys what the year of Jubilee means, because that was the day where everything was supposed to be free, let loose, even when it came to our ancestors. But they let everything loose. Everything was set free. Everything was let go except when it came to our ancestors. They still today, they still putting their foot on our people's neck. Okay. So let me see if I can go ahead and show you, break down what, when it comes to what the year of Jubilee means. Okay. So let me go ahead and show you exactly what the year of Jubilee means. Hold on one second, because I promise you, I'm going to make it make sense. Okay. I will make this make sense. So I want to give you, so, you know, we already knew that something was going to happen once he went ahead and he had opened up those doors. Okay. And right now, like I said, this right here, where we are at, this right here is what I call the year of Jubilee. Okay. When he went ahead and he opened those doors. But when he opened the doors, he freed our ancestors, and it's time for our people to get back on their rightful throne. Okay. So let me see if I can go ahead and I know I had wrote it down, the year of Jubilee, because I want to make sure I give you an accurate definition of when it comes to the year of Jubilee. But this right here, guys, I promise, this right here, this is deep. Okay. And it's time for, like I say, let our people go, just like Pharaoh let our people go. And they were not supposed to hold the seals to these books. They was not supposed to hold the seals to those books. Like I said, they ran ahead of this right here, and they went and they put themselves in it. Okay. But like I said, every rock is going to be unturned. Okay. Every rock is going to be unturned. So let me see if I can this right here, where it says the according to the Catholic Church, the Jubilee established in the 1300s, which, like I said, some of this stuff you got to go ahead and shake it off. Okay. Because a lot of stuff did not even happen in the 1300s. It happened right, maybe, like I said, in the late 1800s or the 1900s. It really happened once they had got control when it came to guns and dropping all stuff over our heads. That's when most of this stuff had took place. Okay. So let me see what this says right here. It says the Jubilee year are not without controversy. Some views that as an opportunity for spiritual renewal. So right here, it says the shift, like the 50 to the 25 years in 1970. So that's when, like, the Jubilee, and also in the Jubilee year, curse had lifted from the descendants of slaves. So after 400 years, that's when the slaves were supposed to be released. And we already know, when it comes to our people, we may not be spiritually in chains, but it's still what I call modern day slavery. So you still have not removed the yoke when it comes from off our people, but also we're gonna have to do our part. We're gonna have to do our part, which means that we got to stop supporting the power that be. Like I said, I think it was the other day, we spent almost $2 trillion a year into these corporate stores, these corporate businesses. 2 trillion right in the Black community. We pour into these corporate stores, which, like I said, we got to do our part. And we wondering why that we only have 1% of businesses, 1% of businesses right here in the United States. But yet we spend almost $2 trillion a year pouring into those corporations. We got to do our part. We got to do our part, okay? But I want to go ahead and Because like I said, as the Most High God been pouring into my spirit, I just been, oh my God, I just been writing down everything. This right here, this is it. Those porters, has been open because they was never supposed to have, when it came to the prophecy, when it came to our people, they should have never been able to have that over there. Never. So let me go ahead and see if I can pull this up. I want to pull this up right here. Trust me, I'm going somewhere with this, honey. I want to see if I can share this with you right here. So let me share this with you because I'm letting you know that when it comes to all our artifacts in the British museums, look at this right here. All of our artifacts right here in a Britain museum, where someone had wrote, we can begin with possibly the most famous case of theft committed by violence and oppression colonial force, only of course to be validated and endorsed by the British Museum. The benign bronze, of which there are thousands and 700 plus, lie in the British Museum. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. I can't make it up even if I want to. All of African artifacts is in the Britain museums. Like I said, why only African artifacts? Why we don't see any European artifacts nowhere? And I promise you won't. I was doing research trying to find the Jesus ship, the ship that they went ahead and supposed to had packed our ancestors like sardines from Africa in the Atlantic Ocean all the way to America. I was looking for that ship that called Jesus. Shouldn't that be in the museum as well? That should be a part of history. Why we don't see any European artifacts? Why? Come on, guys, wake up. Like I said, a lot of stuff that has been taught to us was a whitewashed lie. And they told us everything that was ours. They told us to hate. They even said that all our artifacts, that the reason why the Most High God had punished us because we start worshiping it. But yet they took it. They took it and put it in their museums. And now they want us to buy something back that's ours. Like I said, the clock is zero now. It's not ticking anymore. Judgment has fallen. Look at all of our artifacts. And now they're saying that when it comes to African, they want their stuff back. They are it really need no investigating of it. Bring it back. It says the London Museum agreed to return 7+ artifacts to Nigerian, stolen, and yet they won't call us thieves. Stolen, but yet won't call us thieves. A London museum agreed to return 70+ artifacts to Nigerians stolen by British colonizers in the 1800s. British force looted thousands of artifacts. Many of the benign bronze are still in the British Museum. 90% of African culture heritage is still in foreign museums. Why? Why? Because it tells you who we are. It tells us who we are. And like I said, I'm going to break it down where even a child can understand. I'm going to break it down where even a child can understand. Because see, if it's not dealing with the things of this world, stuff that they put in our way when it comes to all this entertainment stuff, we don't even want to talk about this until it's too late. Now what we doing? I've been telling you guys from the longest. If we can stay home one day, One day, I promise you, it will get their attention. But just imagine if we stay for a whole month. But see, like I said, some of us, we still like going into our vomit. We still like being into the wilderness, just like our ancestors, still going around in circles because it's feel like it's something that we miss. Oh, we out there in the wilderness complaining. We can't wear our Gucci, our Versace's, because we have gotten so conditioned. And they know that. That's why they can work overtime on us. But like I said, when it comes to our history goes very, very deep. But we also destroy because of lack of knowledge. Look at this. Look at all this right here. Look at all this right here. Let me play this. This is something that I had made, okay? I think this is what I had put. But let me show you this. Let me play this right quick.
Knowledge.
This not it. Let me see. Like I say, guys, this right here, this is it. No, but we're going to see it. Oh, we're going to see it, honey. Oh, yes, we're going to see it because, like I said, their time is up. Yes, we're going to see it. Their time is up. They're going to have to return everything that they have taken from us, and 7 times with interest. Because, like I said, this generation right here, this generation is not playing. This generation is not playing. Just look behind me. Look at all the massacres of all the different countries, states, cities, counties. Our people been through pure hell. Oh, they going to have to turn it. They're going to have to return it back to the sender. I promise you. Right here, let me go ahead and give you the definition of what they said. And everything that you have to do your own research, okay? So it says that the Jubilee year is the Catholic tradition, okay? Because they took everything and made it theirs. Took everything and made it theirs. And this is not being racist. Like I say, all this stuff right here, you can go and do your research. Like I say, when it comes to Google or whatever you want, AI, whatever, they have a huge search engine. So it's no excuse. The only way that it's excuse because we don't want to do our own research. But right here, it says that the Jubilee year in Catholic tradition is a special time of renewal, forgiveness, and celebration that happened roughly over 25 years. So every 25 years, that's considered as the year of Jubilee. Sometimes more often, if the Pope called it an extraordinary one, it's rooted in the Old Testament in Leviticus. Remember, I was telling you 25:10, which says, and you shall consecrate the 50 years. So in the book of Leviticus, it was 50 years and proclaim liberty throughout the land to all, not some, all of its inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee for you, which each of you shall return to his property. So all the artifacts that you saw, all the stuff that they did, including us. And like I said, I'm going to break it down where even a child can understand, because like I said, if you right here in the United States, if we would turn up these grounds right in this United States, you will see a whole city. Like I said, we've been here, but they want to sit and tell us, and we are not doing the proper research to know that not all of us came on a boat. Really, if you want to be honest, those boats that they were saying that was built in the 1600s, which they already had gotten it from our people, because our people been building boats from day one. We was the first ones that's built boats. But the boats that they had built in the 14 and the 15 or 1600s couldn't have never crossed the Atlantic Ocean. They couldn't have never. So like I said, Some of our people been here. What you see right now, when they went to Africa, it was like in the 18 and the early 1900s. He that have an ear, let him hear. Oh, the only ones that's going to fight me is my people. I promise you. Those are the only ones that's going to fight me. But right here, it says that in the book of Leviticus 25:10, which says, and you shall consecrate the 50 years and proclaim liberty throughout the land to all its inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee for you, which each of you shall return to his property, and each of you shall return to his claim in the ancient, well, the jubilee after 50 years. So right now, what I had showed you, how you seen that Africans are now, they want the British museums to return all of their artifacts, because this is right now 2025. This right here is the year of Jubilee. They have to turn it all back. And it says right here, a reset, which debt was supposed to be forgiven. So that's what the Jubilee means. Slaves supposed to be freed and land returned to its original owners. So now what you're seeing, the uproar, while you're seeing all the stuff that is taking place right now, and now they putting Donald Trump into position and Elon Musk, they know, but we don't know. And the reason why we don't know, because we don't do our research. They know that, hey, they got to get things in order. They know they got to set things in place. That's why I sit there and say, take your eyes off of Donald Trump. Take your eyes off of Elon Musk and do your job. I promise you, if you continue to stop pouring into that system, you're going to see Satan's kingdom falling down. It's going to crumble. Because like I said, without you, nothing exists. If Africa, if our people would have been left alone, trust me, you will see who they really are, just like it says in the book of Psalms. And I might be quoting the wrong scripture. In the book of Psalms, I think it's 83:6, where it says, you are gods of the Most High God. They will look at you as the gods that you are. Like I said, the rabbit hole goes very, very deep. The rabbit hole goes very, very deep. So right here, let me go ahead and continue. It says that a 25-year cycle, okay, through Pope can declare extra, like Pope John and all that. I'm not going to read that. And it said a big part of the Jubilee is called the Holy Doors. So what you saw when they was opening up the porters, it was like the Holy Doors. So they sealed shut because Jubilee break up after the last ones. But this right here, this was it. Like I said, no one is going to sit on that seat. No one is going to sit on the Pope's seat. And if they sit there, they are going to be the Antichrist, because that seat is ready for the real Messiah to sit back on his rightful throne. Okay. So right here it says, trying this to your prophecy, the Jubilee. So I'm finna read some more about the Jubilee. So the slain slaves and African breaking through the doors. So right there, that is exactly what you were seeing right there when Pope Francis went ahead and opened up those doors. What he saw right there, what took him out, he saw that our ancestors was released. All the slain, all the ones that the book of Revelation had talked about, how you saw so many slain bodies was laying at the altar. That was our people, innocent blood, innocent blood, innocent blood. So right there, when he opened those doors, he tried to close it, but it was not going to be closed no more. Those doors are open. Those portals are open. And no way in the world that they're going to be able to open, because what God closed, no man can open. And what God opened, no man can close. Okay. So while he was on his bed, he was asking for forgiveness. But like I said, the time is now. The time is now. And I do not think that when it comes to our ancestors, that they're going to go back into what they went through. The time is now. And this right here, like I said, this is not being racist or anything. I'm telling you what thus says the Lord. They've been planning. I'm going to tell you how it all started, Starbucks. I'm going to tell you exactly how it all started. Hold on, let me go ahead and change screens. I'm going to tell you exactly how it all started. And that's why, like I say, only this right here can come from the Most High God. Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and change my background. But I want you all to go ahead and do some research when it comes to all the Black massacres, how our ancestors are still crying out from the grave, okay? But I'm going to tell you how it all started. How it all started in the beginning. Like I said, when it comes to the Black melanated God, and this is not being racist, we are connected. We are connected to the sun. We are connected to the sun. So he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. But through mutation, and I'm going to break it down, because sometimes, we got to show pictures. Through mutation. And like I said, some of them couldn't come out in the sun. So when you saw our people out there, or you heard our people out there hunting, bringing in food, because some people couldn't go in through the sunlight, because back then it didn't have suntan lotion. The sun would sit there and scorch them and burn them up. But by you in the cave, which was called the Caucasus Mountains, like they say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. They become manipulative and cunning. And the same ones that was helping them, it's like they turned against them, plotting and cunning. But how these pawpaws, and I'm going to say pawpaws, you know exactly what I'm talking about, got in their hands. And it wasn't because of the Europeans. It was because what the book of Revelation is talking about, that red dragon. And I shared it with you who that red dragon is. We looking at the Europeans. They just had the hatred. They just went ahead and they did the assignment. But while you out there trying to take out my people, they got something want to take out you too. Because like I say, we overlook China. And like I say, all this right here, only the Spirit of the Lord can sit there and reveal it to you when we talk about that red dragon. So yes, they've been plotting. They've been planning. And I just told you that the 400-year clock hits zero. Let me say it again. The 400-year clock has hit zero. The veil has been lifted. And they know that they couldn't get us because of strength. They got us because they manipulative. They got us because they was cunning. Just like Jacob. Jacob was crafty. He was cunning. He knew how to manipulate. Sold out, had Esau to sell the birthrights for a bowl of beans. We're going to break it down. We're going to break it down where even a child can understand. Like I say, this right here, this is deep. But I just want to go ahead and just share with you guys where I'm going when it comes to all this right here, because it's time for us to get back what's rightfully ours. Everything that the cankerworms, the palmer worms, the locusts, the caterpillars, their time is up. The clock has hit zero. And when they opened up those portals, what they did was they let our ancestors free. And no way those doors is going to be closed again. No way that they're going to be able to put us to sleep. And those that does not wants to come and cross over, they're going to be left behind. because we're going to get a lot of silly sheep that, just like some of our ancestors, going around circles and circles when God want to bring us out. And some of that stuff right there, we got to rightfully divide it. We got all these Bible thumpers still sitting there trying to figure out, did Jesus walk on water? Is he's going to pop out of the sky? We still sitting there fighting over stuff that we shouldn't even be fighting about. While these people right now, as we fighting, these people sitting there trying to build up an empire right over our head. By the time we figured out, it's going to be World War III right in over our head. And we still fighting who walked on water, who's sitting there about to pop out of the sky, not knowing who we are. Why would these people take things that's for us? Why in the beginning? This is nothing that I'm making up. Don't you know that these people was used cannabis medicine, where they would take African, which they call mummies. You know, they're going to sit there and clean up everything and crush the bones and take the powder and put it in tea, using as medicine. And we all thought that, you know, some of this stuff was a lie. You know, we think of Jeffrey Dahmer, why he got that taste still in his mouth. Jeffrey Dahmer, you remember when they said that this man was eating up people was complaining? This was true stories. And nobody did anything because, like I say, it's in their DNA. Like I said, guys, all this stuff right here, what I'm saying, can be verified. Can be verified. But like I say, the roosters are coming home to roost. The chickens are coming home to roost. They thought that if they can drink cannabis medicine or crush our bones, that it was going to make them strong, like they saw the African gods and goddesses. They thought it was going to make them strong. Go and Google it. They even said that when it came to Nat Turner, when they went ahead and took Nat Turner out, how they went ahead and dissect his bones. And someone said there and said, "Where?" And I'm gonna say legend on this part, they even crushed his bones and start eating him. But yet they called us 1/5 of a human being. Make it make sense. So all the stuff that they are telling us, don't even let it get the best of you, because they're going to tell you that what they want you to hear, because they don't want you to go and do your research. But like I say, guys, this right here, this is real. And that's real talk. So you all be blessed. And like I said, hey, it's a lot of information. But I wanted to come on and just talk about this right here. I be trying to do a regular video, but for some reason I can't do a regular video because I'll be editing before you know it. Ain't got nothing but about 5 minutes. But this right here is uncut. Okay, this is the real deal right here. So thank you, Star. Thank you for coming in, and you all be blessed.
Do it all.